Okay, today. It's the last week of October. In fact, today is October the 31st. So we're going to take a short walkabout around the old place, show you what there is to see as we go into November tomorrow. Stay with us here at Deep South Bama. We're over here at the hot banana pepper on the north side of the house, and as you can see, it's still got several peppers left on it. And we've got several ripening up there. These will continue on. I'm not seeing any more blooms on them, so they're probably finishing up for the year. Now, we planted these here purple potted pole beans right there the first week of September. And to be honest, they haven't done a whole lot. They've got a few small beans on them. They've got some blossoms. But we were thinking September would be cool, and September continued to be up in the 90s. And it's just been here this past week that our temperatures started to drop off into the mid 70s. But I don't think these are going to do much this year. We might get a few pods off them to save for seed for next year, plant them early, see if they'll do anything. They do look like they would have had some very nice, pretty purple pod beans on them. We're going to go up here to where we planted the rattlesnake pole beans and the okra. We're letting the okra go ahead and form seed pods, and we'll just be letting these go, and we'll let them dry for seed for next year. But as you can see, rattlesnake pole beans, they're still setting blooms. They still have a lot of small beans coming. They've got beans that need to be picked now. They've got quite a few beans up in there again. We'll have to be out here tomorrow picking these off. This okra will also go to seed. Still lots of beans on the rattlesnake pole beans. They're all up through there. So like I say, we'll come out and pick these tomorrow. And they'll continue on until the frost gets them. They're produced all year long. Can't say enough good things about them. Now we're over here to where we planted out those 4 tomato plants a couple weeks back, and they were looking really nice. And they got up to about a foot and a half. And as you can see, they don't look very nice right now. Well, that's primarily due to the deer are hungry. They came through here last week and browsed them all down. We're starting to get a few leaves back. I don't think they'll do much now, but the deer are hungry, and this is what they'll do. They'll come in, eat just about whatever you have. The pepper plants that we'd planted, they came in and did the same thing, as you can see there and right there. Just ate them all the way down to the ground. So we're going to get this area ready to be planted out in a winter cover crop, and we'll be starting that next week. So we'll go down here and check our raised bed, see how it's doing. Now here we are down at the raised bed. The radishes are starting to look better now that the temperatures are in the high 60s, low to mid 70s. They were looking pretty bad last week with all the heat we were still having. The carrots are really starting to perk up and look nice. As you can see, finally our lettuce is starting to grow. I've struggled with lettuce most of my time down here in the Deep South. It's just always too hot. You either got to get it early in the spring or really late in the fall to have any luck with it. Now here, this is sort of a playful experiment. You may have noticed from previous walkabouts, these weren't here, these green onions. Well, I had some green onions going bad in the fridge. They were getting sort of all soggy, yucky looking. So I said, what the heck, I brought them out here and stuck them in. Saw if they would go ahead and grow like you see on all those other videos. And sure enough, they are. So we'll be coming out today, trimming some of them, take them in to throw them in a salad. So overall, the raised bed's starting to produce. Now that the temperatures are backing off. Right here we have another experiment as well. See right here? This is a little small celery. But if you notice down here, this old dry looking thing, that was the end of a celery bunch that we had. And we just, when we cut it off, we saved it. Came out here and stuck it in the ground. All we were trying to do is see if it would actually grow like you see in so many of the other videos. So indeed, if you have some slimy, yucky green onions going bad in the fridge, you can bring them out, stick them in the ground, and they will grow. As will the bottom root sections of your celery. But this bed will continue to flourish as the temperatures continue to stay in the mid to high 60s to low 70s. Later, probably end of December, early January, we'll have to put the hoops in and cover it on up. But it is finally looking fine since fall has come to Deep South Bama. Lord, we are so happy. Now over here at the compost pile, well, the beans are looking really ragged. That's mostly due to the deer. They've come over here several nights, pretty much ate every leaf off them. But that's fine. It's time to wind down. The acorn squash, it's all finishing up. We'll be coming out and picking them. We've got several off in there, as you can see. The corn didn't do nothing this year. We planted it last week of August, and the variety we chose was a early Sunglow variety, and it's bred for cooler temperatures, and we thought there would be cooler temperatures. No, the whole month of September was in the 90s. And even though this corn's only supposed to grow 3.5, 4.5 feet tall, oh, this corn's barely over 2 feet. It's sort of funny looking. But I think the heat stress got to it really bad. Now we do have something that is rather amazing, and we only have one of them, and that is this giant pink banana squash here. And it's got to be approaching 20 pounds right now, and we're going to be pretty proud of it. And we'll harvest it when it gets ready, save the seed from it for plant next year. But overall, this planting right here, it pretty much didn't do a whole lot. You know, we'll get some acorn squash off of it. The zucchini didn't do much either because the temperatures still remained up in the mid-90s. The sunflowers, they're starting to finish up. We'll take them in, harvest the seed, some for next year, some we'll roast. And we're not sure what they are. These are supposed to be a green table queen acorn squash. And you can see they're sort of more like a cream color. And we got another one right there. And another one right there. But then this one's green. These are rather unusual. And if they taste like anything, we'll be saving the seed for them for next year. Because all the rest of the acorn squash are green, as you can see laying out through there. And that's one thing about gardening, folks. When these things pop up, these surprises, that's what makes gardening interesting. Sort of makes it a surprise to walk out and see what you got. Well, we're over here by the south side property fence now. And we've got a small sugar baby watermelon there. It's about to be ready. This line's got a lot more blossoms on it. But even though we probably won't see a frost here till mid to late December, I don't see it's going to be putting on any watermelon. The acorn squash is finished up. We'll be picking these in the next day or two. We'd already picked 5 off of these vines earlier, several weeks back. Another one right there came on, as did that one, after we trimmed the vines. We'll be probably going ahead and clipping at least that one there in a couple of days. We'll be watching this one as it continues to mature. But other than that, the walking butternuts finished up for the year. Now up here by the south side of the house by the driveway, you can see this swath and butternut is also finished up. We'll be picking these as well in the next day or two. And we've got a yellow crookneck squash there we're going to need to get so we can harvest the seed from it for next year. Clemson spineless okra here. We're letting it go to seed as well. Celebrity tomato plants, only one left on this side. Still got some tomatoes in there. Quite a few, in fact. Now, for the old dinosaur cucumber, as we so lovingly call it, that has not given up all year long, and is still not giving up. We'll be picking these tomorrow, as we have all season long since the end of June. And as you can see, it's still setting some new cucumbers. Simply amazing. So, we'll be eating more cucumbers. Green fingers okra, we're letting it set pods for seed as well. Pretty much finished up for the year. But back to the dinosaur cucumber, or Jurassic Park, whatever we're going to name it. There it is. All year long, it has continued to grow and produce cucumber. Last day of October, still hanging on, still producing. In my half a century of garden, I've never had a cucumber plant do this. So we're definitely going to be saving this seed for next year. The little bed we planted out first week of September, in hopes of cooler weather. Yeah, some of it survived through the heat. Radishes aren't looking too bad. Goji berries are finishing up. And there is some red leaf lettuce still in there that squirrels didn't dig up, as well as some of the black seed Simpson lettuce still in there. The problem with this bed was the heat and the squirrels. What the heat didn't kill, the squirrels come and dug up. Got some kale still there surviving, those small, as well as our one single Swiss chard plant. But here again, all of this was a cool weather crops, and cool weather didn't come to Deep South Bama in this month of September like normal. Nope, we stayed in the low to mid 90s. I continued to water. Things continued to struggle through the heat. Like I say, it was just last Thursday when our temperatures finally abruptly fell off into more fall-like temperatures. So all this butternut squash is finishing up. All of it will be picked by no later than Sunday. And then we'll cut the vines loose, start cleaning the place up. So that's about where we are. It's not looking pretty, but for most people, the season's already ended. So all there you have it. Things are winding down here at Deep South Bama. Now we'll continue on with our raised bed, a couple other small planting beds, as we continue through fall into the winter. But gardening has become a lot lesser priority as we move our workload into fixing up the house and working on it throughout the winter months. We'll do a few videos. We'll do some cooking videos. Try to keep things interesting. And well, till next time, folks. Y'all take care. Stay safe. God bless. Bye for now.